Alright, and we are back with a quick practice video on felttable.com with my just kind of the Bravo all-rounder mid-range deck that I've been working on. It's just been busy with holidays and a bunch of judge stuff that we're working on, a bunch of documents that we're editing, and I haven't got a ton of games in. Um, I'm like 60 to 70% win rate against actual people from the shop, TTS, just playing online. And then I just throw in Felt Table on the weekends or something when I don't have an opponent to practice with. Haven't been able to record any of the games with the friends on TTS against some specific heroes that people were looking for, but I figured I'll just keep up with throwing out a video or two a week of just gauntlet games, talking through what's going on in the game, and just kind of the thought process that's going through my head, so you can kind of figure out what's going on in decision making. The quick update that I did is I actually cut the two staunch responses, red staunch responses, and just replaced them with the shield and the hammer because now I actually have a shield. But also, I've been finding it's nice to help leak less damage against like Chane, Briar, Dash. It is not a game winner. It's just nice to leak less damage. That's kind of all it is. It's not something amazing and special that breaks a game. So with that, I'm gonna hop into a game or two against the current-ish Chane build that I know a bunch of people are running around with, and then just talk through what's going on in my head and what's going on in the game. And also something that I've been finding is also noting what I'm showing and presenting to the opponent, so so you can kind of understand what they should be seeing and what they should be noticing. So let's see. We're starting into this. We're already pre-sideboarded. Um, because it's the first turn, it's actually kind of nice. We can just throw a Chokeslam and then Arsenal Pummel. So we're just going to do that just to be really annoying. Hopefully it blanks a decent amount of stuff, but otherwise, whatever. I didn't dominate it because there's no point on turn one. They would just throw their hand at it. Alright, so this hand that we got is garbage. So we're going to basically look to pivot. So I'm really looking for like Chokeslam, Command and Conquer, just something to like kind of get me out of this position because it's a little odd. So we're looking at two go again. Sure, take my pommel. Got anything else? Shadow 2. Do I want a shield? I kind of want a shield, but it does have go again. Let's see what the next card is. I'm saving the pummel because I kind of want to pitch it. Just so if we ever get to the end of the round, which probably won't happen. Alright. Um, I don't care about hammering. I'm going to Unmovable. I just keep my life total high. I don't really care about... I need on-hit effects. I don't need 4 damage a turn. So, we're just going to block this out and then wait. It's a little dangerous because once he gets to 5 Soul Shackles, it gets to be a little much to handle. Alright, so we have a Spinal. So, I could Spinal off this, which is 2 blues, and be able to throw 1 card into it, which is not great. And they're already looking like they're coming at us with a huge hand. So I might be throwing away the Spinal. 7. So 2. I can stop 6 of it. It has go again. Yeah, let's stop 6 of it. So this is what helps me kind of leak less damage. So I'm only going to be pitching 1 card rather than 2. And then we play a defense reaction, yes. So we'll leak 1 damage. And then I'll probably... Do we fist? Or we hammer? 2, 2. I got nothing floating. I can Arcane Barrier. I can stop this whole turn if I had to. I kind of want to get the Spinal Crush in the arsenal, but I don't have anything great to do it with. So I think right now we're just gonna block out and then throw this in there and see where it goes. So we'll pass again. Kind of looking for like a CNC, something I can throw this Pummel on and clear my arsenal. I didn't have any good follow-up, so it feels a little dead right now. So 2, they've got 1 hit. Shadow, that's good. No, that's real good. Alright, 6. So I can stop 5. I can leak 1. Or if I do... I still leak 1 if I do it this way. If I do it with 2 blues. So I think we're going to unmovable it. We're going to leak a damage. There's no on hit. So we'll get rid of a Rouse. Oh, a follow-up video. My sideboarding strategy is kind of shifted a little bit. Just the thought process behind it. So there actually are Rouses in this, but I just wanted to keep the blues. So we're looking at 4. Let's go for... I can stop 3, 4. Are we just gonna block out? I feel like we're blocking out. Yeah, we're gonna block out. Okay, they had no follow-up. I was wondering if there's like an invert existence or something. Crippling Crush. Oh, it's gonna depend on what they banished. They got unhallowed rights. Is this a turn I just let things go? So this is the hard part. It's just 2. Let's see what the next one is. I'm gonna decide on the next attack if it's worth it to dump cards or not. Okay, we're letting this through. Whatever this is, I don't care. 5 go again into unhallowed rights. So I take 9. I'm gonna run it into a carrying husk. That's the only annoying part. I don't have anything cheap to throw it into. Let's see, I want to get this Pummel out of here. It's really annoying that it's currently in here. I don't want to armor this early. So it's, do I want to take 9 and then throw a Crippling Crush into a carrying husk is kind of what's going on. I think in this position I probably need to get tempo back because he's already at 4. So I think we're going to take the 9. Basically, oh, they didn't follow up? Oh, they didn't have the resource. Sorry, I was miscounting. I thought I was taking 9. Alright, so that should have been a way easier decision than I was making it out to be. So we're pitching and then run you into a carrying husk. Whatever this is, I'm running into something here. Basically just trying to drain the resources. Wasn't enough. Alright, so... Oh, it's because I also took the damage and turned off their skull cap. So, turns out it's sort of good. And now we're just waiting for not a great follow-up. They hit some good stuff, but they got 4 active. I kind of want to just sink. I kind of want to sink this Pummel away and see what we get. Let's see. They have anything floating? That 1 floating, so their follow-up is going to be probably Ghostly Visit or Unhallowed Rights. So we're going to let the 2 through. And then we're going to sink. Alright, so we're going to sink. Ditch you. Come on, blue. That's actually pretty good. It just lets me get rid of lets me get rid of the Pummel. I was afraid I was gonna have to like pummel a Titan's Fist. So we're gonna do this. show it. Now, at this point, based on this many turns, the opponent should know this is a pummel. It's been way too long. I haven't played any defense reactions. I haven't done any kind of like follow up after that Crippling Crush. This is just screaming I'm a pummel, or maybe a Sigil of Solace for some random reason. But they should know this is a pummel. So most people would just call it and say, "Fine, hit me with your pummel," and they wouldn't throw that many cards into it because they've got nothing to protect. So that's the difference between like an AI and a person. They would see that situation and say, "That's a pummel. Just take a card, and I just don't care about what else happens." So with this, I think just taking two is better. We're gonna Spinal Crush them and then follow up with a cripple. So we'll take two. This is probably game ending. This is probably gonna run into a husk, but clears the way for the cripple. And they're bleeding out from blood debt. 2, 3. Alright, well, they didn't need to do that, but whatever. So, bad IAs, bad. They should have just husked it and then just kept the rest of that stuff for the follow up. So, I'm looking to not. I'm looking to save all these blues, and then we're just going to sink, probably use armor. And they're probably dead next turn because they have so much blood debt. And then hopefully we Crippling Crush all their blues away. So 6, 7 with an on-hit trigger. Yeah, let's. I'm gonna overblock by using armor because I don't want them to have this plunder run trigger to help their decision making. They're probably gonna get it on the next swing. I just don't want them to have it this early, and I want their decision to be way harder to do and limit their options. So they didn't actually do anything. So this should pretty much end it. We're just gonna dominate, throw a cripple at them, and then this should be game because their follow up's gonna be garbage. Oh, or they just can't block it. So we'll do one more, just running it into the gauntlet. All right, at least this time I'm second, which I kind of like. It's first turn. I'm throwing away my hand, or pretty much all of it. I don't need you. I didn't ramparts because I don't want to leak. 6, sure. No follow up. And then I kind of want to get Sync in the arsenal. Let's see what we get. Garbage. So we are going to, yeah, we'll tech plate into a fist. We're just gonna chip arsenal and then just wait. So let's see what we get. I like the Command and Conquer. Spinal Crush is great against this matchup, but I don't have the setup for it. So this is going to be kind of second on the throwaway list. It's kind of the two sinks and then the Spinal. Depending on how this goes, I'll probably actually sink it away. So two, I don't have any more arcanes, so I don't really need to do the rampart. So I think we're just going to. Thinking how many more swings are they coming in with? Are they coming in with one or two? I think they have to have one follow up. I don't like overblocking this hard with the Rosetta. I think we're gonna let the two through, and then we're gonna see what they do. And I've got double sync follow up. Well, that was all right. Sure. 10. Let's see. Sync leak 2. They get a banish trigger. Or ditch the Spinal. Sync. Let's ditch the Spinal. It's annoying, but I'd rather keep the life total high right now. And you and oh, that was a misclick. All right, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to play that sync, not put her on the bottom. All right. Well, we leaked 3 damage for no reason. Um, We're going to Command and Conquer, just get rid of it. I don't really need it right now. This Asunder is not amazing, so I'm actually just not going to Arsenal. I'm in pretty much kind of wait mode right now. Alright, I do want to get that Chokeslam in though. So, if we can play the Chokeslam, basically I would be throwing away Showtime and Asunder. What do they have for a follow-up? Two. They've got a Seeping Shadows, but it's going to cost them 3. 2 floating. Alright, so they're not coming at me with anything, so let's throw a Showtime in front. Showtime in front? Alright. I don't really want the Rouse, so we're going to Chokeslam. I'm still going to keep plate rolling. Wait a minute, what am I doing? So we'll dominate this through, see if it gets some armor. So I leaked 3 damage when I didn't need to, but now I get to dominate back. Still not great. I didn't want to leak that much damage. So, it's not an amazing turn. I kind of want to throw the CNC or the Pummel in my arsenal and see where they go. So, Seeping Shadows. So they're double go again because computer's bad. So let's see, what do we get? Just 5? 5, I'm not going to let you banish. So, best way to do it is... They got no floating, so no Rosetta follow-up. So I think we're just going to hammer next turn. So I want to throw away... I want to block this. So I need to throw a Pummel and a Cranial Crush, and then we'll swing 3. It's not great. Yeah, it's not a great turn. And then... Oh, I missed that. They did have a follow-up. Yeah, the Staunch is annoying me now. Let's do... I think... I don't have a good follow-up against this. They got nothing in Arsenal. I'm going to throw away the Command and Conquer. I planned that turn out kind of bad, so... This is why we kind of practice and learn. So I didn't block well on that turn. So we're going to Arsenal this and wait. Alright, so... I like my Cripple. They still got Husk, but if I can get this in Arsenal, that'd be nice. So we're facing down Arcane. We're probably going to block out this turn with all the blues and then throw Cripple in the Arsenal. Where are we at? 7. So be 5. We'll stop the Arcane. 5. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we'll trigger. We're going to pitch the Staunch because everything else is kind of useless right now. The only question is, do I want to leak? Oh, I know. I'm gonna leak 2. So we're not gonna pay extra. I'll leak 2 if they have so I was planning if they had a follow-up somehow, like with creepers or something, I would throw a blue into it. So we're gonna plate into a hammer and get crippling in Arsenal, and then hopefully we get something good so I can pivot. Otherwise, he's already at 4, so we're getting into a blockout mode really quick here. So Dimbolism, this is kind of the turn that's going to decide everything, if we're in full like turtle mode or if we're not. So they have a follow-up Ghostly Visit. Was that 6? So I can immediately Chokeslam. I can Chokeslam next turn off 2 cards, block 6. But they're going to follow up with 4, 10. Honestly, I think probably Crippling Crush is going to be better and get the husk out as fast as I can. They're at 31. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I think that's going to be better. So we're going to wait on this one. We're going to leak a ton of damage. I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing right now. So 4. We're going to throw... They're just coming in at 4. I think I'm going to take it. And then I'll follow up the Crippling Crush with a Chokeslam. And then that might be it for all my attacks. Like, for the rest of the game. So we're going to dominate this. Probably run it into the husk. And then hopefully we can Bravo out a Chokeslam, and that's enough to tax them to the end of the game. Oh, it didn't even carry and husk it. All right, so Chokeslam's going into a carrying husk then. So I need basically 2 blues, and then the rest is garbage. So you're out. What do we got? 2. Pitch the Eclipse. That's actually really good to see. Now it's on the bottom. So 4. Yeah, sure, we'll trigger Arcane Barrier. That's why I love Yellow Pummel. We'll do that, pump it, block them out, and then we're going to Chokeslam. We're going to dominate this. Basically, I'm making them husk. It would be weird if they don't. Alright, computer, sure, whatever. They probably should have husked that, because I basically, with this many Soul Shackles, they're going to be dumping a ton of pumps into a banish, and then I blank them all. So now we're basically in blockout mode. I mean, I could try and kill them, but this hand is garbage. So basically, we taxed them a ton, and now we've just immediately lost tempo. So I'm just like, all right, we'll throw everything away. We'll throw Stamp in, because I could maybe Showtime, just to get an extra card. No, I don't want that. You're probably going in Arsenal. Or not. 4. Well, I'm not letting you Plunder Run, so let's do... Yeah, we're going to double block, put Unmovable in Arsenal. Put Unmovable in Arsenal. Basically, I'm looking to fatigue them out now. I am very low from that. A couple turns of leaking damage, but like these last 2 turns, all crap. So this really depends on Chane now. This wasn't a very strong game, but I mean, this is why we practice. So yes, we are going to Arcane Barrier. We're going to toss. We're tossing. Actually, maybe I'll keep the Unmovable. We're going to toss some other stuff. Let's see what we get. The opponent should know we're basically on blockout mode now, because we did a bunch of disruption, and now we're just kind of like, we had tempo, and then we just gave it right back to them with no follow-up and just started turtling. So they should basically know that this is what we're doing. Yes, we're going to trigger it. Yeah, we're going to trigger it again. And I'm probably going to just Ram's Head whatever comes in. 5. All right, let's Unmovable it and then do another Unmovable. I'm doing this from Arsenal just, I don't know, in case. You got anything else? 2, 3. Throw you in front. You got no on hit, so we'll pay leak 2. And then we're going to put the Unmovable in. And they got basically 2 turns to kill us, which is, they've got enough Soul Shackles to do it. The computer likes to stop at 5 for some reason. That's usually the tipping point anyway in the game, but usually Chane's at like 7 or 8 at the end of the game. So they're actually mitigating a bunch of the self mill right now. still, it's good to kind of go through this and just practice it. It is not the same as playing as a person. So their follow up is what? Ghostly Visit? Alright, so Sync Blue is going after the Ghostly Visit. We are paying for the Arcane Barrier. I do have the Unmovable. So we're going to trigger it. We'll throw you into it. And I'm going to do none of that. So I'll block that out. This is for the Ghostly Visit. And then the Unmovable is immovable in Null Rune in case something else happens. No, I don't want to put that on the bottom. And we're going to Arsenal this and pass. So I still have armor left too, which is kind of nuts. Hey, there's a cripple, but the game's basically over. I just have to block out and then kill them. They got nothing left. Most of the new chains are like 40-ish% blood debt, so it's about average of what you're seeing. So, sure, we'll block 3. So the reason I'm not waiting for the cripple is because I can just keep hammering until they die, and there's like nothing they can do about it. Sure. I mean, maybe I can just cripple them the next turn, but anytime they block, that's just one less card they get. So this game is basically over now. So we fatigue them. Carrion Husk is in. They got 2. They have to pay for it with a shadow. Okay. So 2. Like I could literally just like Spinal Crush them and end it. Or I could just kill them with hammer over and over and over. They're gonna be leaking 2 damage a turn. Sure, we're gonna tax them to death. Like, what are they gonna do? So we're just gonna hammer. If I don't get any more blues, I'll probably pitch one of these to Tech Plate. But anytime they block, they're just dying. They're throwing away a card, and they're already being taxed by some blood debt. So this game's over. All right, so next turn we're throwing something into the plating. We could even Command and Conquer next turn. We may do that. Sure, take my Spinal Crush this game. I'm gonna drain 2. I'm gonna just ditch this, and yeah, we're just gonna get rid of this. Owl's Owl. All right. So they got nothing left, and they die on their turn. And we block it out, and that should be game. And take my Pummel. And die to blood debt. Alright, so that was just 2 kind of quick games against Chane. Not a replacement for a person, but it's still good to practice, kind of walk through things. And I'm just going to try and do as many as I can over the holidays and just kind of pump these out so every day or so a new one comes out. And I'm going to try and line up some games with friends to do some TTS games so it's actually a person and not the AI just kind of spitting stuff at us. All right, that should be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.